purpose. It drives us. Brings a passion to our everyday. Makes us care. We care about our planet, our customers,
nuestros clientes,
our colleagues,
nuestros colegas,
our friends,
nos amis,
our children,
nuestros hijos,
our community.
As nossas comunidades.
Our passion shapes us.
La nostra passione ci plasma.
Nasza pasja nas kształtuje.
Creates spaces where people thrive. Helps us and our customers reach decarbonization and energy goals. And pushes us to advance smart solutions for healthy buildings. We're a diverse, passionate global team. Leading by example. Shaping hospital environments for better patient experiences. Inspiring students with advanced learning spaces. Taking stadium experiences to new heights.
It comes down to passion. And our passion is to build smarter, healthier, and more sustainable tomorrows.
We are Johnson Controls.
Okay, everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Mike Shade, and I'm the Vice President of Human Resources for our North America business here at Johnson Controls. And welcome to National Skilled Trades Day. We're really honored to talk to you about our belief and the importance of the work that our skilled trades teams do. You know, my job is to build the workforce of the future by bringing the right talent strategies and really focusing on our skilled trades is a really important part of our work. If we go to the next page, let me orient you to what we're going to cover today by many of our business leaders, really making sure you understand what we do as a company, where are our opportunities. We have literally thousands of opportunities available in skilled trades across the US and Canada. And importantly, we want to talk to you about what we think differentiates us around our really strong importance of training and building careers for employees. As well as for those of you who might be interested in opportunity in sellers. Before I turn it over, if I think about Johnson Controls, you know, the work that our people do in the field is really the most important work to really not only save lives in our fire and security business, but also really save the planet with sustainability in our HVAC and controls business. And we know our customers tell us every day that the number one reason that they continue to work with us, in addition to our technology, is the work that skilled trades employees do day in and day out to support them. So let's get started, and let me turn it over to Matt Burke.
Thanks, Michael. Appreciate it. My name is Matt Burke. I'm the North American Service Leader, and like Mike said, we're really honored to have you here today. We appreciate the investment that you're making and learning about our company and what makes us awesome. And we look forward to seeing how your career grows with us as we continue to move forward. If we talk about it, let's start with what is Johnson Controls and what are all the cool things that we do. If you move to the next slide, the way I would describe it, kind of the ethos behind us is we're trusted advisors. And whether that's on the sales, the product, the install, or the service side, our customers depend on us to provide them our knowledge, our experience, combine it with incredible understanding about the assets that they depend on, and provide insights to help drive a better future, whether that's a more comfortable, a more sustainable, or a more cost-efficient future. If we talk to it in specifics, moving on to the next slide, we have some incredible stats. We've got over 2,000 field offices globally, about 500 to 600 of them just in North America alone. We've been at it for a long time. For over 140 years, we've been in the innovation industry around building solutions, whether that's on the HVAC, the fire, the security, the control space, or the energy and sustainability space. We have an incredible technology arm that's generating patents every day, literally. And we've got over 100,000 experts globally. Just in North America, if I'm going to give a pat to my service team, we've got 8,000 field technicians and mechanics and specialists that are operating literally in every square inch of our great nation in Canada. As we move forward, the key to understand here is that we're continuing to grow, and the theme always revolves around our customer. When we're talking about growth platforms, it's how do we get better connectivity to these assets so that we can understand performance trends, predict and prevent any kind of failures, and drive higher levels of efficiency and sustainability with the knowledge that we've garnered and that we can share and impart on our customer. Along with that, we need to continue to improve our operational performance and how our customer does business with us and us with them. And all along, it's about how do we build an incredible culture, both revolving around this trusted advisor, but also becoming the career destination for our skilled tradesfolk. As you move forward, to talk about our solutions, I mentioned earlier, we're in really 5 core spaces. It's around building automation and controls. It's around energy and sustainability, safety and security, fire and life safety, and then our HVAC and applied space. And in all of this, really what we're saying is we're in every part of the electrified buildings of today and tomorrow. And when you think about 40% of the carbon emissions that come from buildings, of the overall carbon emissions, 40% coming from our buildings, the innovations that we're doing here are not only affecting our customers, they're affecting the whole world. And when you look at who we are, this is ultimately driving towards a connected building mind frame, right? We talk about ourselves internally as a building solutions market rather than specific domains, because as everything's working its way towards this convergence of digital and electrical single pane of glass type mentalities, we have to continue to evolve and innovate and class lead these solutions. If you move to the next slide, we kind of summarized it in this idea of the smart building, whether that's driving a high level of energy efficiency or lowering the carbon emissions associated with it, about how we maximize the spaces and the comfort levels that we provide, the energy consumption that goes into those spaces, how we improve operations and overall building performance and productivity that comes along with that. And then, of course, there's always this element of life safety and support, especially as we start to learn how these systems interact with each other and provide us knowledge on how to better serve the occupants within these buildings. And then if we move on to the next slide, you can find us in just about every one of the major verticals, whether it's in the K through 12 or higher education space. It's in the emerging smart building space for our customers that are leading edge, or whether it's in major venues or large campuses, or overall just this whole next generation of smart cities, these large airports. I love the relationship that we have with Delta as an example, and how we're helping them to grow their future along with a number of other destinations that we deal with. Data center markets are just absolutely exploding, and we're there at the forefront with both the product and the technological know-how to install and service that equipment. And so whatever space that you found your interest in or your experience from, we're there. And there's over 19 verticals that we track our penetration or market share in, and we're driving specific innovations every day in how we grow our position there. And so lastly, I would just say we're not only touting ourselves as industry leaders in this ESG or environmental and sustainability space, but over 40 different associations and publications have put us there in the top seat around how we're looking at sustainability for the entire globe. And as you see, some of the ones that we're most proud of is, being in the top 100 best corporate citizens for the 17th year in a row. I look at, other situations like one of the world's 100 most sustainable corporations or the most ethical company for the 15th time. These are all things that we're proud of, but what we're most proud of is the fact that our employees find a home with us and they find a career with us, and we look forward to the opportunity that we look forward to presenting to you to come join this family. From this point, I'll pass it over to Paul, and he'll talk to you about the installation side of the house.
Thank you, Matt, and good afternoon or good morning, wherever you're located today. My name is Paul Duncan, and I am the Director for HVAC installation business in North America. So when we think about the flow of our business, it starts with our sales force that Mike had touched on earlier, with our sales team securing new work from our existing customers and new customers. And that translates into us manufacturing a lot of our components that we install. And then we have an installation team that is in the field in all our markets across North America that install the temperature controls for HVAC, our fire components, our security components in the various buildings. And then once we complete our installation, we look at our service team to continue maintaining that equipment, to protect the investments that our customers make, and to ensure that these buildings continue to run and operate. Next slide, please. So when we think about the career opportunities at Johnson Controls, as I mentioned, we serve more than one segment of the industry, including HVAC, fire, and security. And you can see the key roles that we have across all of our segments here, our lines of business, our system technicians across each of our business units, our designers, engineers, project managers, and the like. And so we have a vast number of key roles that individuals can journey in their career as they progress in the organization. Next slide, please. So when we think about career growth at Johnson Controls, three ways to grow within the organization here. You can grow in your role, expanding within your current role and looking for other opportunities in that field of expertise that you would be in, growing in your own field and enhancing your experiences, and then growing in new ways, going into leadership roles or other segments of our business. If you're in installation and you go into sales, and as you journey through your career, the success is measured by how well you achieve your goals set by yourself and those goals set by the organization. And just my personal experience at Johnson Controls, I've been with Johnson Controls for 22 and a half years, and I started as a project manager for controls installation in the field. And as I progressed through my career, I was afforded many opportunities to go into other roles, expanding my experience, be promoted to other leadership positions. And so the opportunities are unlimited within our organization for you to progress in your career and be successful. I'd like to now turn it over to Brian Register to say a few more.
Hey, thank you, Paul. And hey, team, thank you for joining. This is about you today, and we wanted to take some time to tell you a little bit about our company and about all the career options that you have. And it really doesn't end with joining our company. It's all the different possibilities that Paul talked about. It's about passion that George referenced at the beginning of the call. So with that said, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and my journey. And maybe there's some ways that it touches you and your opportunities with Johnson Controls. So Brian Register, I started here as an intern in high school 25 years ago. I had the privilege and honor of working with so many fantastic people throughout our company, starting in the Baltimore branch, in the field, doing engineering work and working on building automation systems, bringing buildings to life, taking care of customers, making things happen. And along the way, I learned so much about this business and the different products and solutions that we provide, and then was given a lot of opportunity to move up. So from engineering to running projects to being a senior project manager in a branch, building the aquarium in Baltimore, brand new hospitals out of the ground, military facilities, you name it, schools. There's so many different parts of each city that Johnson Controls covers amongst many different product lines. From there, went on to manage a branch and then an area, and then the controls business in North America. Again, where you learn how do you manage people and how do you drive business growth and how do you provide an environment for all the people in our different businesses across the world to grow. And so from there, took on more progressive roles leading to this global installation business, where I reflect on how can I help us onboard and upskill talent in a way that we really never done before. So I'm looking forward to any Q&A at the end, but I wanted to share that my journey can be yours, right? And then some, right? You have the ability to join our company and really succeed. It's about passion. And I wanted to welcome and thank you for joining today and see if we can get you onboarded. Thank you. I'll pass it on to my friend, Buddy.
Hey, thanks, Brian. Buddy Soche here, and I'm the Vice President of HVAC Service Operations. Glad to be here today. I've got a similar journey to both Paul and Brian. Paul talked about, where we start. We start with the sales cycle and install cycle, but service is so important to our business. We look at what we do from the standpoint of that trusted advisor that Matt talked about. And to complete the cycle, when we have the service contract on an asset, we more or less have an 80% chance to replace that asset at the end of its life cycle. If we move to the next slide and we talk about, let's move on to the next one. Okay, and we look at the businesses at Johnson Controls. We also have HVAC, we have fire, and we have security service. So you can look at the various jobs, the roles, entry-level positions at the top, and the more experienced senior positions as it goes down. But we have many opportunities in HVAC mechanics, working in some of the most iconic buildings in the world, North America. Same thing with our controls business, the fire business, suppression, inspectors, and our security business as well. Our security business, the fire service business, and the HVAC business is the most profitable business at Johnson Controls. As such, we're able to pay, very, very competitive salaries within the marketplace. And if we go to the next slide, I'm going to talk about the career growth and growing in your role. Very similar to Brian, I started out as an apprentice in the New Orleans, Louisiana branch. I had the opportunity to, increase and expand my role into a journeyman. I was a foreman. I worked my way into being a branch manager in that branch. I then moved into projects. I changed from service to projects. I was able to be a project manager on some of the largest chiller plants in North America. Was afforded the opportunity to travel overseas to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Latin America, and work on some of the most, I would say, complicated assets, chiller plants, low temp work, one of a kind that you just don't find anywhere. To grow in your field, it's unlimited at Johnson Controls. Our people are our most important asset. We believe in our people, and we provide, as Matt said, we're rewarded within the marketplace with all those awards that people see us, that we're a good company to work for. And grow in new ways. Well, as technology advances and AI, I can certainly say, being at Johnson Controls for 40 years, I'm probably the old timer here, but I've seen a lot of technology come. The advancements, the AI that we have today, we are the leader when it comes to products. But at the end of the day, our people are our most important asset. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Rob Varvar.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rob Varvar, Director of HVAC Field Service Operations. My journey started with Johnson Controls about 35 years ago. Very similar to Brian and Matt. I literally started in the field as a mechanic and literally held every position that you can imagine throughout the local market. One of the key things that, in my career that really helped me was really the investment that my leaders made in me. That was like the biggest key for me. So the more investment that they made into me, personal investment, the more I wanted to do within the organization. As that built up through my 35 years within the organization, it really led me down a path of growing my career. So, basically the message that I have is, there is absolutely no end in sight, for growth opportunities within Johnson Controls. Matt talked a little bit about a home and a career. That's literally how I view Johnson Controls. I love everything that I do every day. I literally get out of bed every morning. I'm excited to come to work. No day is the same for me. And literally, really, there's nothing that, that's the same that I do in any given day. I will tell you, I just want to stress on it again, is that the personal investment that my team has made, or my leaders have made with me, made me do the same for my team. So, it's all about just giving back all the time, right? And that's what this company allows us to do in our opportunities going forward. So with that, I'm going to turn over to Lizzie, who is from our L&D team.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lizzie Kaiser, and I support training for our field employees. I'm really excited to walk you through the learning opportunities we have that help you get off on the right foot at Johnson Controls. So the first, and you can go to the next slide. The first Monday you start, you're going to be welcomed by a learning program manager who walks you through your onboarding. Onboarding programs run between 6 to 12 weeks, and they really do prepare you with the knowledge and skills you're going to need to be successful at your job. These programs are led by instructors who've done the work you're about to go do. They ensure you get started on the right foot safely and successfully. One thing you'll learn is that JCI is definitely committed to your safety day in and day out. After onboarding, we have development and learning opportunities for you at all the stages of your career. So there's in-role development opportunities, which I'm going to talk about in a second, and that helps you get better at the job that you currently have. But as Buddy, Paul, and Rob spoke about, we have learning and upskilling opportunities if you want to advance your career, take on new challenges, or try something new. Next slide. So what you're looking at is a tool. It's a skills assessment, and we really know that you want to feel competent, useful, and successful day to day. So we use lots of tools like this that say, how am I doing? What you see on the screen, you can take this at any point in your career to guide your own development around soft skills, technical skills. We encourage you to use these tools with your manager to focus your learning on these critical skills the industry needs, your customer needs, or that you're interested in. Next slide. So this is the fun slide. I get to hear from so many people who've completed our onboarding and learning programs. And really the overwhelming sentiment is that they feel set up for success. They can tell that JCI cares for them and about their development, and we want them to be successful. Yesterday, one person told me that they love their onboarding program so much they wanted to take it again. And another told me that he felt so welcomed here that he knew he'd retire from JCI. These stories keep coming, and we are committed to ensuring that you can do your job well and meet your own goals. Bottom line, we're ready and excited to support you as you grow in your career. Allison Newman, over to you.
Thanks, Lizzie. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and happy National Skilled Trades Day. This day is all about you incredible men and women that are in the field serving our community, serving our customers each and every day. My name is Allison Newman. I'm the program manager for workforce development here in North America. Been with the company 18 years, and it's been just a privilege to be on this journey to really focus on bringing on new talent such as yourselves in learning more about an awesome career with Johnson Controls. So next slide. I want to share with you the opportunities and where we are reaching across US and Canada in various markets and schools to bring in that next career level talent. So we have a community college partnership program where we provide opportunities and grants for these schools. You see 30 across US and Canada that we have partnered with, where we have sponsored labs. We've helped revise their curriculum in digital, electrical, and HVAC, and ultimately want to hire and have hired our graduates out of these particular campuses across the United States. An additional program we have, if you can go to the next slide, is a partnership with Lincoln Tech that we have had since 2018. We've had an opportunity to hire over 350 graduates out of our Lincoln Tech program. If you can proceed to the next slide, please. Each year, there's about 600 graduates out of Lincoln Tech in the HVAC program, 600 graduates out of the electrical. As I said earlier, we have over 350 plus strong that are part of our family already, and we want that to continue to grow. And there are now 14 locations that you can see across the United States. We're opening up our 14th lab next week in Atlanta, Georgia. And just an incredible partnership where we bring in this talent into the organization. If you go to the next slide, please. And I really want to share with you about a very exciting accelerated capacity building, hiring, training, onboarding, and retention program that we have here at Johnson Controls called the Johnson Controls Academy. It's an accelerated 6-week training program to speed up that training and productivity so that when you're in the field, you're able to jumpstart your career in serving our customers. We pay for the tuition, we pay for the housing. The training is in Columbia, Maryland, and in October, we'll be opening up our second lab in Denver, Colorado. So an incredible opportunity. You can see these great pictures here to join our organization and start with an accelerated training program. There's going to be a video next that you will hear from some of our graduates, not only from Lincoln Tech and the Johnson Controls Academy, but as well as from our community college program. So if you can kick off the video, that would be great. Thank you.
So our initial strategy was to have an opportunity to find technical schools across the country where we can form a partnership in developing their curriculum, building our labs with our equipment so that the students can learn on our equipment, and then ultimately hiring those individuals into our JCI family.
Johnson Controls is spearheading in a leadership role in being able to close the skills gap that's required in our industry.
I chose Johnson Controls because it's a great company with many supportive individuals and so many growth opportunities.
And the training and experience you get within the field will help you grow as a person.
I chose Johnson Controls to put myself in a place where I know I can build a career, where I know I can sit there and say, I've done something good.
During this program, I met some really good people that became really close to me. So I'll always have that for life. I always have them to rely on if I need anything. Even like my manager, my manager is really great. I think that Johnson Controls is the best thing for me.
As soon as I applied, I got the call, I got the interview, I got it, I knew I was in there, so I just love being here so far, and I'm ready to learn and grow with Johnson Controls and everything like that.
My favorite part of this is to see the students go full circle. They start their careers at Lincoln Tech without much direction or maybe not knowing what they're going to do. And at the end of it, coming into this academy, their lives, their careers, they have some direction, they have purpose, and a sense of fulfillment at the end of their journey. So that's an incredible part of this for me. Seeing the students go full circle and gaining all the knowledge here at the academy and taking it out there in the field.
Been with Johnson Controls my entire career, 37 years, born and raised in Baltimore. So very familiar with not only Johnson Controls, but the community and our people. So, and big part of my job is how do we continue to grow to support our business? And we do that largely through, and I'm a product of it, how do we bring from local schools, local universities, local college to grow the business, right? And yeah, what we're doing with Lincoln Tech and the Academy has been great. It's been feeding talent to all of our businesses, be it security, be it HVAC or fire.
As you go on, you start to become more independent. They start to give you more responsibilities, more things to do, more things to try out. So as of now, I will be checking out a temporary air handler by myself on a new project at BWI. I've been at BWI for almost a year and a half. Before that, I was going from job site to job site, learning new things, meeting different people, learning how to interact with customers, learning how to build those types of relationships.
It's a great career path because you'll have people around you supporting you. There's always something new to learn. So there's really great variety of ways to learn something new every day. For me, I see myself probably a leader.
Very excited for the new generation coming in, and I'm excited that I get to be a part of building the future of Johnson Controls. I've been here 27 years,
and I would love the legacy to carry on. So we need to bring the right people into the business, and that I get hyped up about that, and I like that. And the students that I deal with, they're excited when they come to work for us. They're excited to be here, and they want to learn, which is great. And I like seeing that in the young generation.
As much as we are growing in new technologies, at the end of the day, we're about people. We're about you. We're about our technicians that are serving our customers, that are there hearing what our customers' needs are, that are there for our HVAC and our fire and our security system. So as advanced as chatbot and AI and all these advanced technologies can be, it will not replace you. And it will not replace our incredible men and women that are in the field serving our customers day in and day out. So tomorrow needs you. Explore the JCI Academy as a way to achieve those goals.
Thanks, Allison, and good day, everyone. My name's Brandon Jackson, and you've heard of two great ways to enter this great company through services or through installation operations. And I want to talk about sales and sales as a career at Johnson Controls. I'm actually a graduate of one of our programs. I started with Johnson Controls in 1999, and currently I'm one of our vice presidents that leads one of our 6 regions in North America. So if sales is of interest to you, we have multiple different ways that you can enter Johnson Controls through one of our great onboarding programs. So what I'd like to do on the next slide is speak to one of our programs for sales engineering or engineering graduates, which is what we call BEST. And this is a really great program. It's a 4-month program where you get a chance to learn hands-on how we apply our systems, our technologies, our services with the customers that you serve. Our classroom is set up both virtual and in person, so you can really simulate what it looks like to interact with customers, what it looks like to teach and help our customers find the right solutions and apply the right technologies to achieve their building outcomes. And we do this twice a year. Our classroom sessions are in multiple locations from Milwaukee to Atlanta and other locations. And this truly is the launch pad for our college graduates to ensure that you're properly prepared to be the advocate for your customers as you serve them, whether it's in an HVAC sales role or a fire or a security sales role once you graduate. And so that really takes me to the role of an account executive at Johnson Controls on the next slide. And really, you're the face of Johnson Controls to our customers. You're their advocate to help them achieve their building outcomes and to help them solve problems. And you have access as an account executive at Johnson Controls to bring all the experts that we have in this great company, whether it's product technical support, whether it's product engineering, maybe it's finance, maybe it's something around engineering a system or a solution for your customers. It starts with you, and the training programs we have prepare you to be that face and to be excellent as a solutions provider and a problem solver for your customers to help them achieve the various outcomes that not only they need to accomplish today, but also deep into the future as they plan, whether it's a campus that has a long-term plan or a data center to what Matt Burke spoke to earlier. We prepare you to be their solutions provider as an account executive. And if we go to the next slide, I would just like to speak about my history because I was class of 99 through the BEST program that I spoke to earlier. And so I started my career as a sales engineer in the Houston office. And I had an opportunity to do that role for 6 years. Really enjoyed being a solutions provider to my customers. Had the opportunity to promote into a sales management role in Houston. And I had the opportunity to lead a team for 6 years in the Houston office. And then had an opportunity to move to corporate to lead our HVAC sales from a North American point of view. Great experience. I did that for 8 years. And then I had another opportunity to learn really our operations and P&L side of the business in the field. And so now I've been in the field for the past 5 years, leading our South Atlantic region. And so if you take a step back, whether you enter this great company in sales and service or installation, the sky truly is the limit, right? Once you're in Johnson Controls, we work with you on your development planning, your career roadmap, the training you need, the support, the mentors, that will help you fuel your success and growth on your journey so that you can join us as a 20, 30 plus year JCI veteran speaking to the next wave of talent that comes in right behind you. So with that, really appreciate you joining this call today. And Mike, I'll hand it off to you for Q&A.
Awesome. Thanks, Brandon. Seen some of the questions that have come up, so we'll move over to that. So Caitlin, can you facilitate our Q&A, please?
Yes, absolutely. Paul, we're going to go ahead and start with you, and then any of our other presenters can pile on. The question is, can you share what our safety culture is like at Johnson Controls?
Sure, that's a good question. Thanks for the question. Yes, so we have a very robust safety culture in Johnson Controls that incorporates training our employees monthly. We have safety apps on our employees' phones so that they're reminding themselves in how to work safely in the field. We ensure that our managers are equipping our field installation technicians with the right safety equipment that's needed. And we basically speak the word safety and talk about safety in any conversations that we have internally with our employees and with our customers externally.
Hey, Paul, let me add one other thing to that. What I think is really important, I think it's a strong differentiator, is our employees have the authority to stop work when they feel it's unsafe. So imagine you're out at a job site and you see something unsafe. We need you to say, I don't want to be in that situation. It's not safe. And we support that. So that's really, really important that you all get back home to your families in the same way you left them in the morning. So thanks, Paul, for that.
Yeah, and I'd like to add one thing as well. When we started the safety program, there were a lot of people getting injured in our business. What I could tell you is all the things that we have done proactively has really changed the industry. We have probably one of the best, if not the best, programs available out there. We also have the best safety record across the board when you look at it for this industry. So this is something that we're really proud of, and it's really something that we embrace in our culture, and it's something that we're going to continue to invest in as well as time goes forward.
Thank you all. The next question, we actually have a few questions about how to join the team or learn about opportunities in each of the regions. Can I have one of the leaders share where those who are interested can learn about open opportunities and how they can apply?
Can we have Michelle jump in on that, our talent acquisition leader? Allison, you're going to jump in. You can get started.
Sure, I'll jump in. Then Michelle, please feel free to jump in. But that is what the QR code is on the screen, that you're able to scan that QR code that will take you right to our job site to see the many opportunities to apply for opportunities in our company. Michelle, anything to add?
Nope, you said it perfectly, Allison. That's why the QR code is there. And then once you do apply, someone from our team will reach out to you directly to discuss the opportunity in depth and detail.
Thank you both. And then I believe we answered this question in the chat, but Michelle, while we have you, can you just reinforce for those listening in what the next steps are if they've already submitted an application for an open role?
Once you do submit an application, somebody from our TA talent acquisition team will reach out to you directly, schedule a phone screen to discuss the position in depth and detail. Once that's completed, your information does get sent over to the hiring manager, and you'll be scheduled for either a face-to-face interview or a Teams interview.
Thanks, Michelle. We've got a question about the JCI Academy and BEST programs. They want to know what the steps are to apply and whether these programs are open to non-employees or are they only targeted for new hires.
Oh, great question. And yes, our Johnson Controls Academy is absolutely for individuals who are new to Johnson Controls. Those roles are posted as well. So scanning that QR code, you can see the opportunities that are for the Johnson Controls Academy. We have classes that start every 7 weeks. And so there's ample opportunities. We bring in about 160 a year into our Johnson Controls Academy. Going into next year, it's going to be over 320 that we hire into the JCI Academy. So scanning that QR code, you can see those opportunities.
Thanks, Allison. The next question is, are there any requirements or certifications to get into the HVAC or controls installation roles? Maybe Paul or Brian.
I'll go ahead and jump in. So a lot of the positions that we have open are for entry level, but we have a lot of senior positions open as well. So we have targeted training programs for both, but there are no requirements coming in for any of our entry level roles.
And I will add, Brian, that we have a lot of employees who come into the organization and obtain certifications while working for Johnson Controls and gaining the experience that they get to apply for such certifications that help them in their career.
That's right. And I did neglect to mention earlier that we have quite a robust tuition reimbursement program. So for those of you that want to come in and then upskill through your journey, we do reimburse that up to a certain point for both undergraduate and graduate, which I took advantage of growing up into this business as well. So a lot of opportunity for growth. I know Brandon mentioned it, Buddy, and the rest of the team. So looking forward to you taking advantage of that as well.
Thank you both. We've got quite a few questions about experience they need to have before applying for positions. So I think that covered most of those. We have another question, not specific to any function or domain. Do we have any internships or apprenticeships that are open for the summer?
I can take that one, Lizzie. We do have a ton of internships posted, whether it's sales as well as install or service. They are through our career site as well. So please feel free to click on the QR code or the link that is on the screen. And a TA member will reach out to you directly to discuss.
Thanks, Michelle. This question came in during your presentation, Matt, so maybe we can have you answer. What does travel for technicians consist of? Is it traveling between different states or between different cities in one state?
Yes, and none of the above. So there are opportunities within our network, especially for our skilled tradesmen, to move about nationally on one of our Tiger teams, market to market as we support growth and expansion, or even within just the city and day trips, moving customer to customer. So incredible opportunities across all fronts.
Thanks. We've got another question. Generally, what do we look for in our candidates for the skilled trades roles? Any thoughts from the team?
So maybe, Buddy, you want to start with the HVAC world? I don't know if we lost Buddy. So, Matt?
Mike, if you want, I could jump in.
Okay, great. Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, you got it. What we really look for is look for folks that are really ambitious. That's really what we look for in these entry roles. If you have the will that you really want to learn, and that's what we talk about all the time, we can literally teach you the skill of advancing. So, we're really just looking for individuals that really have, a passion to get into this industry. And then, at the entry level, and then, quite honestly, Paul talked about it, Brian talked about it, we'll train you to get you to the levels of being experienced. So, that's the view from HVAC.
And I would say, generally speaking, right, Rob's right. We're looking for, folks that are self-starters, a desire to learn, and a technical aptitude for some of the world's most advanced products.
Yeah, I also would say, this is Mike, when you click that QR code and go to the link, each job description describes experiences and requirements. And I encourage you, if you don't exactly have everything that you think you don't think you have everything that's described, but you think you're close, please apply, because that will likely turn into a conversation. And our talent acquisition team is expert at pulling out experiences that maybe you didn't think applied to the role that actually might. So don't be shy in applying, and let's see what happens.
Thanks, team. We've got another question on apprenticeships. Are apprenticeships managed within JCI or through an external party or union?
So in the mechanical roles, it is managed through the unions, the apprenticeship program.
Yeah, I was going to say some are, many are, and there are some that are not. So if you look at the United States and Canada for these skilled trades roles, about 35 to 40% of these roles that we have are a part of a union, and the remainder are not. So it's going to vary depending on the role.
We've got quite a few questions coming in still. There's one that came in a little bit earlier. The question is, if one is hard of hearing, what's available for the technicians? Do we have any accommodations that we can make?
Yeah, I'll take that one. Absolutely. I mean, with any role in our company, if we can make what's called a reasonable accommodation, we want you to join us. And this whole idea of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Inclusion includes people who may not feel like that there would be an accommodation, but we're very interested. So again, apply and let's talk through that of how we could help you be successful here.
Thanks, Mike. We had a question just come in. How long is the hiring process for these open roles? And maybe Michelle, you want to take that one?
Sure, no problem. Typical hiring process is roughly between 30 and 45 days from the time an individual applies to having a phone screen done to a face-to-face interview, then an offer and background check and drug test and whatnot. So typically anywhere from 30 to 45 days, can be faster, depends upon the situation and the position.
Thank you. We had a question come in for somebody who has experience in a different industry, in this case, particularly automotive product engineering. What are the opportunities to transition into a role available in Johnson Controls? Any thoughts from the team?
I can take that one as well. It's Michelle again. And we tend to hire from adjacent industries, not only industry specific. That's why we have our training programs, whether it's sales, our best training program, JCI Academy, so on and so forth. And we have leaders across the organization that train in and out every day. So I would, to what Mike had said before, if you feel that you don't have the experience necessary that's on the job description, please apply, because that's what my team does best. And if you don't fit for that role, we can determine if you fit better for another role. So I would encourage all industry individuals and non-industry individuals and adjacent industry individuals to apply.
And Michelle, I would add that we've hired individuals from the IT industry who have made very good technicians working with our computers and our technology. So regardless of your background in any industry, as long as you have the aptitude and the learning skills, again, we can teach you what's necessary for the role.
I agree. Listen, bottom line is I'm here for 19 years and I wake up every day looking at what I do every day and knowing that I continue to make a difference. And I'm so passionate about being here. It's not just a job, it's a family. And we save lives on a daily basis. And there's nothing better in this world than going to work every day and having a smile on your face, knowing that you continue to make a difference. So I encourage all of you to apply. You may not want to do trades, you may not want to do sales, you may want to do operations, administrative. I mean, we have tons of opportunities across the globe. We're a global organization. So click that QR code and become one of us.
Thank you both. We've got one last question. This question is, would being an HVAC graduate make us entry level?
And the question was, would an HVAC graduate make an entry level? Not necessarily. We have graduates coming into the organization at levels that are above entry level. It all depends on the skill set and what level of experience you had during your college experience.
Yeah, if it's from a trade school as well, it would be the same thing. Is that there's an evaluation that's done that would really determine the level that you would be placed in.
And that's true across the board. Yeah.
Great. I think that's it for questions. So I'll hand it back to you, Mike, to wrap us up.
Great. Thank you very much, team. Appreciate my peers at Johnson Controls helping out. So we talked a lot about this in the Q&A, but let's just move forward to kind of what's next with this. If we can move to the next slide, please. So I think you heard from all the leaders on the phone here is buildings is our business. You know, we make buildings come to life. We save lives primarily through our fire detection and suppression businesses, as well as our security business. And then we save the planet with our HVAC and controls business. We are pervasive. We are in 99% of the world's most iconic buildings around the world. I know that your local strip mall is not iconic, but we go all the way there as well. We're very broad-based. We're technology-driven. We're evolving. People in these roles and skilled trades carry wrenches around, climb some ladders, but also look at data and analytics to help customers make informed decisions. And really, as you think about the end-to-end offerings that we provide from a benefits perspective, as well as Lizzie and Allison described, continuous learning. If you look at Brian Register now, who's leading one of our largest businesses and started in a role in your shoes, you can kind of see our purpose and our focus, all about safety as well. Next slide, please. We talked a little bit about this in the question around hearing and accommodation. It's really important to us that we have a very inclusive environment in our company. So what does that mean? That means everybody in the company feels included. And you can see this concept in the middle called business resource groups. These are affinity groups where people can get together, anywhere from women all the way even to people who just want to progress their career in our Synergy Business Resource Group. So we want people who feel welcome and feel valued and feel like their voices can be heard and the difference they can make. So that's really important to us. And then finally, on the next page, we really just wanted to finish with what are your next steps? And so we showed you the QR code. Here it is again. We will be sending an email out with links along with this recording as well as that QR code. And we hope to see you apply very soon. And most importantly, we hope you could be part of our family here very, very shortly. So on behalf of all of us at Johnson Controls, thank you very much. And again, happy National Skilled Trades Day.